Hey, Tobias here, and hope you're doing well. And hey, in this video, I want to share what the new Certified Brand Consultant cohort is all about. In case you're someone who wants to really up-level your skills to become a top-earning brand consultant, then this program might be for you. And so I'm going to share a little bit of what the new updates are, because there are only a few days left in case you're considering joining. I'm going to talk about the program, but before we get into that, I want to share a little bit like what are the philosophies and the thoughts behind it, why I designed it in a certain way, why I'm doing this in the first place, and so forth. So really quickly, so actually yesterday I did a live, like a 90-minute live on something I called Brand Consulting 2.0. And I want to start by sharing a couple of thoughts around that. So the first is, if you think about brand consulting, like what is it about? Brand consulting, like, yeah, we're helping build brands, right? But there's another way to think about this, and that is that instead of doing the conventional rebranding, which there's nothing wrong with, love rebrandings, but they've taken on a certain meaning. A rebrand often means new visual identity, new ways to show up in front of customers. Very important. I'm not dissing rebrands. I'm just saying, if you want to be someone who's solving high-value problems, the kind of urgent, painful, complex problems that customers are willing to pay a lot of money for, you need to shift your mindset from conventional rebranding to reinvention. And so for me, Brand Consulting 2.0 is really an approach and a mindset whereby you are doing things more from the perspective of someone who wants to solve business problems through brand. And you know, for some people this is not news, and this is not really new. It's just that more than 9 out of 10 people in this space, they don't think this way, they don't operate this way. And I hate to see when people leave a lot of money on the table and when they leave out a lot of the opportunity that is there for you. And a lot of people are suffering, they're in pain, they don't get respected by their clients because they don't realize that by making some pretty minor shifts, they can change the game for themselves and for their clients. And maybe more importantly, join me on my mission to redefine what it really means to be a brand consultant. See, I'm on this mission, and the reason I'm doing this really is not to make money, even though that's nice too, but my real business, the business of the Future Academy, like what you might not see so much in my communication is we work with companies and we do the work of helping them build their brands and turn their offerings into something irresistible, and we help them with growth, with marketing and sales and all that kind of stuff. And so I decided to do this only once or twice per year, and I'm looking for only a top 20, like only 20 people to join this program. We're 5 or 6 people in this. We launched yesterday already, so you have to take action fast if you want to be part of this. But the reason I'm doing this is to equip people with the skills and the mindsets and proven tools that I've used myself to sell more than $25 million worth of brand consulting services personally, face-to-face with clients. And so back to the mission, I believe that by doing things the way I've been doing, and a lot of other people as well, we can work to raise the standards of this industry so that we can make brand consulting the most esteemed and respectable profession in the universe. Now, let's say among consultants, because as brand consultants, we often, we look at the lawyers and we look at the business consultants and we're like, why do they get paid more? That's bullshit. There's no reason. In fact, as a brand consultant, you have the potential to deliver much more magic and value than conventional business consultants who maybe work on process or cost saving or different aspects. Why? Because we brand consultants, we combine strategy with creativity in ways that can deliver, transformation. I want to say magic, but it doesn't sound so credible. But we can really connect a company to a greater future and take them there. And that's really what brand consulting is about. The promise of brand consulting is to transform, to help reinvent businesses. And that is what I teach in Certified Brand Consultant. So it's not about the model that people are used to seeing. Let me just jump into a slide and explain what I mean by that. So I'm just jumping into something I've been showing to people here on the call. So just fresh off there I am in that little corner. So yesterday I talked about this, how to reinvent business and deliver breakthrough results. And that's really based on the idea that, first of all, you want to be a top performing brand consultant, you want to earn more. And the way to do that, join my mission, let's make this the most respectable and highly valued profession in the consulting realm. And that applies to everyone, by the way. If you're a designer, if you're a marketing person, a researcher, strategist, you can come from many different angles into this. But the important thing is that you start to solve complex, high-value problems. And the way to do that, in a nutshell, is to shift away from the conventional model where, let's face it, brand strategy, branding, all the different terms, brand consulting, it really refer to a model where we look for an idea, a strategy, let's call it, positioning, identity, and then we drive that through branding. But really what that is brand communications. It's visuals, logos, jingles, messages. It's that surface stuff. And again, it's super, super important, but it's not enough in today's world. And that's why I say, let's not think so much about rebranding anymore. Let's think about reinvention, because the reinvention is the new branding, rebranding, if you ask me. And so the model that I've been applying for the past 15 years, the way this is how I would kind of explain it to people. Instead of driving that positioning, that big idea, the brand strategy, all the way through branding, which is really brand communications, you drive strategy that combines brand strategy, let's say links brand strategy with business strategy. It's business objectives first, brand and business strategy, and then you drive it through innovation first, and then communications. Now, what I mean by that is you take an idea, I call it an exponential idea, an idea with exponential potential. It's bold, it's different. You get everyone in the company behind that idea, and then you use that to frame new ideas and concepts. You ask yourself, now that, and yesterday I used one of those ideas for one client in my region. It's called Progressive Nordic Living. It's for a Finnish glassware brand called Itala, by the way. So going from a company who's doing glassware, great design, doing that for over a century, to redefining what they do, the category they're in, from glassware products to the living category, from exporting the Nordic ideals, the values, the progressive values that come from the Nordic side is equality, but also a certain lifestyle. Let's say it doesn't really matter. This is just an idea. So progressive Nordic living could be an idea that you're working with, could be anything, of course. Now, through that lens, you start to look at your products, you start to look at your services, you start to look at your environments where you show up, you start to look at your people and their behavior, and you start to look at brand content, and brand communication. So those I call the 5 brand dimensions. And I teach all of this inside the program. I give you step-by-step methods, processes, and a lot of tools for doing this, by the way. So you take a look at that and you envision how you're going to transform the customer to create more value and to help them become who they want to be, which is the customer vision, which I also teach you how to do. And then you innovate the product, the total offering, the total proposition, basically. And this is where so many people who call themselves brand consultants don't do that. And that is why it's hard to build brands in today's world with the old model. If you're in the hospitality business, for example, this is very easy to understand, because what that means is, let's say you're a hotel chain. Now someone comes in and say, let's do a rebrand. Let's think of a new idea, and then let's communicate that to people. But the service stays the same. If the service and the experience sucks, it's not going to do much, right? We need to drive that idea so that it touches everyone inside the company, to create a new culture, to give them new tools, to equip and empower those people so that we can express that idea externally through all the touch points. It sends a message. The medium is the message. The product has a message. The choice of fabric is a message. The environments, the channels where you buy, dispose of, where you sell, where you market, everything has a message in it and a signal. Branding is about signaling. Anyways, so back to the model here. Really, the model that I call Brand Consulting 2.0 is about reinvention, and it's combining brand and business strategy with innovation, and then multiplying that through great branding. And I won't go into all the different ideas, but there are these, I call them strategy multipliers and innovation multipliers, things that you can do to multiply the effect of your strategy. For example, in narrowing down your market, choosing markets where you can be number one in a growth market, so you can be the only choice, the best choice. Things like, focusing only on your best customers, using the 80-20 principle. That's a picture of one of the workbooks that you get in the program, et cetera, et cetera. Making sure you have an idea that is not only bold, but really big, that allows you to grow at least 10 times. These are some of the ideas that we do. But so these are all in the program. I'm not going to make this too long-winded, but that's the model that I apply. And some of the things in the program, which we're doing for 10 weeks, is you will work directly with me. You will get access to about 20 hours of training. And then the idea is that you consume the training, you get all the workbooks and stuff, and you do the work, you think, you apply. You do this from a very practical point of view. You get on our group coaching calls, which we do weekly, and then I'll help you with your business. The way that I designed the program is that it combines brand consulting, like the mindset, the tools, the step-by-step approaches, so that you can develop your expertise and have something to sell and feel really confident about it, have clear processes and methods. Everything is really well thought out. You can ask anyone who's gone through this, about 100 people by now. Will give you the tools which you can earn money with, and they will give you certainty and confidence that you can do the work. All of it has been developed with real clients, hundreds of clients over 15 years. There's nothing in here that I made up for this program, just for teaching it. Now, the second part of the program is about building your brand consulting business. So we get into what's your position, what's your story, what are your brand pillars, how are you going to show up and attract people to you, what's your offering, what's your branded method, what's your unique mechanism, your process for making it work, how are you going to get in front of people, how are you going to attract them into you, how are you going to get a sales call and close the sale. So it's all in there. This is the most comprehensive program on brand consulting you will find on planet Tellus. I promise you. There are many great programs out there and people that I admire, but I promise you this is the most practical, the most comprehensive program you will find. That's a guarantee. If you can find something that's more comprehensive, let me know. I'll give you your money back. Anyways, so that's it pretty much about the program. And if you have any questions, you're interested, you have to act fast. This is really one of those programs. I'm looking only for 20 people. We're capping it at 20. We have about, as I'm recording this, if five, 6, or 7 people signed up already since yesterday, and we have a bunch of calls happening all the time. Get on a call with us. All you have to do is you have to just contact us. So you can send an email to hello@thefutureacademy.com, or if you're seeing this through an email, reply to the email. Just reach out to me or my team, and someone will reach out to you immediately, and we will set up a call to see if we're a good mutual fit. And if it's a good mutual fit, there's some romance between us, then hopefully we can invite you into the program, and we'll do our best. I will do my best to show up for you, to help you, be somebody in this industry that will command high prices, show up with great certainty, move the industry forward, and have a ton of fun doing it, changing companies in the making. So if this is for you, make sure you take action right now, and we begin on the 12th. We do this for 10 weeks. And so the time is now. Ask yourself, if you don't join, or still, you can continue, be very successful. But if you're not happy where you are, if you feel like there's another level, just make sure you jump on one of those calls. Give this a shot. This could be the thing that takes you to that next level. There is an investment. You'll find out on the call. It's a few thousand euros. If you make that investment, the idea is that you start to practice and implement. You'll make back that investment many times over. Now, I can't guarantee that because it will have to be you who does it, but people have been doing that all along in this program. And what can I say? Obviously, I can't tell you to just sign up and do this. There's a process for this, but I would say if these ideas resonate with you, if you want to become more strategic, if you want to solve higher value problems, then this might be the thing for you. Anyways, I've been gone for too long right now. I want to thank you so much. I want to show you actually a couple of slides here before I let you go. Let's see here. This is one thing I forgot to talk about. So what we have found so far in this program is that the people that do well, they get these three things in alignment. Identity. Identity is very important, and maybe it's surprising or maybe not, but we could also talk about mindset. But if you're in transition, you wanna get from where you are to where you wanna be. There's some friction usually involved with that. There's some fears or maybe something uncomfortable. What it's really about is that our minds are hardwired to keep us where it's safe and comfortable. It's like homeostasis. You need to normalize a new level to break through your thinking so you can show up as a high-earning brand consultant. So you can price yourself higher and actually get away with it. And it's not only that. You're going to first have to upgrade your identity, your beliefs about yourself, because the strongest force in the human personality is your need to stay consistent with how you define yourself. That is not my words, by the way. Those are the words by Sigmund Freud. And it's really, really true. You probably know it yourself. So first we have to upgrade the software. Then we have to learn the skills of influence, and we teach you that. How do you sell? How do you market yourself, brand yourself, position yourself, and how do you sell this work? That's the key, the gateway, before you can do amazing, game-changing work. The third part is mastery, is really being a practitioner, learning this stuff so that it's not intellectual, but it really becomes part of who you are. So you know how you approach clients, what kind of questions to ask, to put a number on the problem, to evoke the pain, the urgency, to put a price tag on it and walk away with a deal. But not only that, but also how to do the work. And again, I give you something called the 6 areas of brand mastery. These are 6 building blocks that every brand has to connect these to make a brand work. And what is really cool about this is, like, when you start to diagnose problems, you ask questions, now you have a framework for it and see, okay, this is a customer problem. That's what I'm hearing here. Now you go into the customer bit, the part of your bag of tools, you pull out some proven methods that I've created for you that you can use to troubleshoot and solve a problem in a workshop or just by yourself. So I've really done a lot of work to make this easier for you. And I know that that's what is missing for most brand consultants. They lack a method and a process for solving a consistent, measurable problem over and over, consistently, I mean. So they lack the tools to do that. So we're kind of, as brand consultants, and I used to do this, I was all over the map, solving new problems for new types of clients all the time. No consistency, no efficiency. It doesn't lead you to a certain position in the marketplace. It does no good for your expertise. And it's hard to recruit people if that's what you want to do. But anyways, I want to leave it at this. Again, you know what to do. If this is for you, you will know by now. If not, this isn't for you. And maybe we'll meet another time. But in any case, I want to thank you for showing up and thank you for watching this all the way. All the best to you, and I'll hopefully get a chance to connect with you soon again.